Welcome to our topic for today. Application of ICT is what we're looking at. In this topic, you will learn the meaning of ICT, the uses of ICT, and some applications of ICT in our daily activities. We'll also look at some examples of ICT gadgets. Then finally, we shall look at both the advantages and the disadvantages of ICT. So, follow along with me. So when we say ICT, it means information and communication technology. That's ICT. Now, ICT involves all the technologies for creating, acquiring, storing, processing, communicating, and using information. Now, let us look at some of the uses or application of ICT in our society today. The first one we're going to talk about is video conferencing. Video conferencing. Now, this method allows people of different locations to meet, see each other, and talk together without physical coming to the same venue. This can be achieved with the use of telephone, computer system, and video camera. Video conferencing also improves business efficiency because it saves traveling costs and time. Video conferencing is also used by schools to share ideas and information. So with video conferencing, communicating with people is now very easy as we can see them while we're talking to them. Now, the next application of ICT we're going to look at is online learning, also called the e-learning or e-education. Now, it is the electronic mode of knowledge sharing and transmission which may not necessarily involve physical contact between the teacher and the students. The concept of computer-aided teaching, CAT, or computer-aided learning, CAL, and computer-aided instruction, CAI, are features of e-learning. For example, there's a way you can do your assignments, do your watch the video to your class from the computer screen or with your gadgets, your tab or phones. These are examples of e-learning. Teachers too can also connect with various conferencing platforms to share knowledge. So the next one we're going to look at is the e-library. Normally, if we want to read books, the traditional way is to go to the library and pick books. But with ICT today, books are now in digital form. So one can read book without carrying the physical book. So digital library means that every operation in the library is done electronically in a very effective manner. This is done with the aid of computer that are often networked. So with your phone, you can just download some applications, e-book applications. When you open a particular book, you're able to run it and read it clearly. You don't have to carry a physical book before you can read book nowadays. This is made possible because of ICT. The next application of ICT we're going to look at is e-banking. Now, e-banking, which is also called the electronic banking. Banking in general has changed from one state to another. There was an era of the traditional banking which was basically manual. But today we have computers in bank, and currently banking can be done online. So with your card, you can do a lot of things. You can transfer money to your account. You can buy things online. In fact, you can do a lot of things with electronic banking. One of those features of e-banking is the ATM, which is the automated teller machine. Now, this is how it works. You slot in your card into the ATM, you put in your digits, which is your code, and you withdraw your money. It's that simple. All right, you don't have to go and queue up in the bank to get money. You just walk into the ATM, walk to the ATM stand. You slot in your card. That is called the ATM card. You put it inside. It has a unique number. You press in your pin. Then the next thing is you withdraw your cash and leave. So the next one we're looking at is the e-advertisement or the electronic advertisement. Now, one major objective of our advertisement is to reach out to plenty people at a very low cost. Now with ICT, this is made possible. So one can just, with their phone, shop online. That easy. They can just pay with their credit card and the item will be shipped to them at their location. It's that simple. This is made possible because of ICT. Now, let us look at some examples of ICT gadgets. We'll be talking about the meaning and the application. Now, what are some of the examples of ICT gadgets? Let's look at the first one, the computer. As we know, the computer is a machine that is programmed to automatically perform various operations. So it makes work easy and very fast and all that. It has a lot of advantage. Saves time too. Yes, it makes work really easy. It's programmed to run different kind of operations according to the program that the user is currently working on. So the next ICT gadget we're looking at is the telephone and GSM. Now the telephone, this is a telecommunication device used to send and receive audio signals over a distance, right? Then the telephone, which is a global system for mobile communication, makes it easier because this can be carried about as you are communicating. Examples are your smartphones and all that. So the next one we're looking at is the television. Yes, this is also an ICT gadget. This is an electronic transmission device for broadcasting and receiving audiovisual signals over distance. Audiovisual in the sense that we can listen with our ears and we can also see with our eyes while watching the television. So its mode of communication is audiovisual because it's dual, audio and video. We can see what's happening elsewhere with it. Now, the internet is also another ICT gadget. The internet, this is a computer network that links computers together. It makes computers interact and exchange information. So with the internet, we can research about a lot of things. We can find out some certain things that we didn't know about before. We can open different kind of websites. So we have different computers that are linked together, all for the purpose of sharing information. Now the fax machine is another gadget of ICT. It is a telecommunication device that is used to transfer copies of documents across telephone network. A pager is a device that connects into a telephone line and transmits periodic signal as an indication that the conversation over the circuit is being recorded. Now the satellite is another gadget. It is a modern method of information carriage through a man-made satellite located in space. So as you can see, the satellite is located in the space, and with this, information can be carried out over the globe so that people who can get updated with what's happening. Now the radio is another ICT gadget. The radio is a wireless electronic gadget that transmits audio signal. So its form of transmission is audio. It's not like the television that is audiovisual. This is just audio. Alright, so with the radio, we can tune into different channels and get information, get audio signals of what's happening around us. So these are some of the advantages of ICT. Yes. And these are some of the disadvantages of ICT. So it has been a nice time with you. Thank you for watching to this point. Until the next one, goodbye. Happy in the future.